U.S. blames Hamas for not letting American citizens out of Gaza.
Here's a summary of the article.
The United States is blaming militant group Hamas for not letting American citizens and other foreign nationals out of Gaza as Israel intensifies its offensive in the enclave. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said on Sunday that Hamas, which is designated as a terrorist organization by the U.S., is preventing civilians from leaving Gaza as Israel continues to escalate its bombardment of the territory but would not give details as to why. Just as there is ongoing discussions and negotiations over the hostages. We are facing a similar situation with the American citizens and other foreign nationals who are trapped in Gaza, Sullivan told CNN's Jake Tapper on State of the Union. It is true the Egyptians are prepared to allow American citizens and foreign nationals to come through the Rafah Gate into Egypt. There are an estimated 600 American citizens in Gaza who, like the rest of the 2 million population, have no way of getting out as the war intensifies and basic needs run dangerously low. Israel Defense Forces announced over the week that it is expanding its ground operations into the Gaza Strip and intensifying air and naval strikes, raising further concerns about civilian deaths and those who are being held hostage by Hamas, which include an array of Israeli, American, and foreign nationals. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry reported that more than 8,000 people in Gaza have died since the start of the Israeli offensive earlier this month, the majority of which are women and children.
This post received a score of 4,400, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
There are about 30 Brazilians in Gaza. It's been 3 weeks that they're waiting at a checkpoint to leave.
How many is Brazilian? George Bush.
Spare a thought for the Thais and Filipino hostages who don't have a military superpower backing them up.
These people make the hard decision to leave their families behind for prolonged periods. Go overseas and send most of the money they make home, so others can have a better life. Very selfless. And then they're caught up in this when all they really want to do is send their niece to school. Feels like Hamas could score mega PR points among some folks by releasing them.
Among who? Those who haven't seen the videos of Hamas massacring Thais.
It's amazing though, Hamas released all the Russians as their best friends? According to their leader.
Greater than released all the Russians, they're still looking for them.
Greater than, we are looking for those people. It is hard but we are looking. And when we find them, we will let them go? How do you not know where your own hostages are? Jesus Christ. I wouldn't be surprised if they're already dead and Hamas is wringing their hands trying to decide how they're gonna tell Russia.
Probably some are already dead.
Russia will sweep it under the rug regardless.
Damn, come to think of it, you might be right, and the whole thing was just for Russia to publicly broadcast that they're bros with Hamas and vice versa.
This really shouldn't be controversial. If they could release their Russian hostages, they can let the Americans go.
I think the article is referring to Americans visiting, living in Gaza, not hostages. Still no justification for not letting them leave.
If they are holding them against their will, then those estimated 600 American citizens in Gaza are also hostages of Hamas.
Good point.
Let me guess, folks are going to protest and blame Israel because Hamas hasn't released the U.S. hostages. That seems on par for this last week.
TBH, I haven't seen any pro-Palestinian protesters say anything about the hostages. At all, one way or another. Anecdotal evidence is anecdotal, so why MMV? But that's been my observation.
The only statements I've seen is, they aren't coming back, as they tear down the posters in NYC. There was originally a movement among local Jews to post hostage posters with the pictures of missing people. You can easily Google this to find a source of your liking. Here is one example from where some teenage girls were recording themselves walking down the street tearing down the hostage posters.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.